Hi, everybody. It's Friday. We're here to rank 8-bit Nintendo games. Can I move myself over just ever so slightly here? I can just hi. Hi there. How are you doing? Good. I'm glad to hear it. We're here. It's time. We have a fresh batch of video games for the Nintendo Entertainment System. And we are building this list. This list has hundreds of games on it, from our current top 10 all the way down to some of the worst games I've ever played, I guess I would say, are down here. The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle and Friends. Not a good game. Not a good game. You'd have to be a real disgusting, you'd have to be a real twisted person to play through that game and complete it and master it. Like, you'd have to be real. You'd have to be a real filthy individual, I think, to truly experience that. We got, of course, Pestterminator, the Western Exterminator, Deathbots, the Uncanny X-Men. All the hits. All the hits are down here. Ugh. We have a fresh batch of games ready to be added to the list. If you would like to suggest games for the list, you absolutely can. In fact, please do. All you got to do is join the Gerstmann advisory panel today by going over to patreon.com/Jeff Gerstmann. You can find more details about that, as well as additional tiers with additional bonus content for you to look at and enjoy. And with that, why don't we get at it here? Let's get this set up. There we go. All right, what do we have kicking off episode 76 here? Tim wanted to see this one, and I've gone and tried to search for a game. I have too many games in this database of games here. 184,000 video games. That's too many. Okay, there we go.
World Championship Wrestling!
It's time for World Championship Wrestling! From your friends in the Pony Canyon comes this WCW licensed game. I remember this game being kind of a hilarious joke. In its day, because you're like, what? They're making a WCW game? No one watches WCW. There he is. It's Sting. I'm sorry. It's Sting. There. Okay, we've got the total package Lex Luger. Great. His specialty is the neck wringer. Everyone knows Lex for his neck wringer. Mike Rotunda, of course. So I guess after this would go on to become IRS, right? This is pre-IRS. Road Warrior Hawk. Specialty, it's a lariat. Animal, of course. He's got a power slam. Dr. Death himself, Steve Williams. The Oklahoma Stampede. Okay. The games master, Kevin Sullivan. Not the task. I mean, he was the taskmaster at one point as well. I respect him. R. Steamboat. Nice flying body press. The dog-faced gremlin himself, Rick Steiner. I always thought of it as the dog-faced gremlin, but maybe I'm wrong. His son is currently wrestling. Eddie Gilbert's in this game. Okay, wow, all right. Interesting. Michael P.S. Hayes. Of course, the Freebird himself, straight from Bad Street, USA. Hell of a song, hell of a musician. You go look up some of Michael Hayes' music and, oh no. WCW master. He's 7'4", 510 pounds. It's Cowboy Bill Watts.
World Championship Wrestling!
Okay, well, what do we got here? We've got H Warrior and A Warrior. These are really good. I mean, especially because it's like a licensed game, but you know they still had to fit the stuff on this screen. So it's got a very like Japanese vibe coming off of that. Oh gosh, I don't know, man. I guess, you know, let's try Ric Flair. So you get to pick 4 of your moves here. I guess we'll go with like a pile driver, an atomic drop, a bulldogging headlock, and a head chop, I guess. All right, gave him a pile driver. That meter appears, I seem to remember that meter like going up and down, and I don't know if you're like selecting power or... Oh my god! It gets you disqualified in certain areas of, certain eras of WCW. I remember being very confused as a kid because, you know, I played probably more... Yeah, see, that is what I'm talking about. Because I played more wrestling video games than I, like, watched wrestling, you know? And so... all the video games being developed in Japan, they all gave you a 20 count to get back in the ring. Because that is the rule there, and here in the States, it's always, you know, it's been more of a 10 count kind of situation. Ugh. This feels fucking terrible. No, stop. No. brutal. Yeah, this is... What? What? Here's the thing, man. I think that pretty much wrestling games of this era are fucking awful. For a lot of reasons, but like it's like a fighting game made by people who have no idea what they want to try to accomplish or whatever, you know? Like they're all awful. Every last one of them in their own unique way. There are some that like you might like, but that doesn't mean that they're good games. And no, what the fuck? Because they were trying to do a little too much, because they're trying to represent a thing that, you know, has a lot going on, right? And so representing actual professional wrestling in a game of this era, I think, is like incredibly difficult. And so you end up with a ton of games with like their own types of systems where they're trying to figure out like, oh, how do we want to mash buttons to do the moves? Do we want to do... Wow, rude. Wow. It's fucked up. And like, so, you know, like, this is a game all about ranges and you know, closing the gap at just the right time to land those kicks and punches and so but it doesn't feel like a fully evolved, like, rock, paper, scissors-y kind of system that you would want out of any kind of modern competitive game. It felt like this was, you know, before they'd figured that stuff out. And so you just have these fucking mashy, terrible, mash the buttons to get up things that, like, they always felt terrible. It's not like only in the wake of, you know, competitive games coming of age in a different way, you know, that they felt bad. Like, they always felt bad. Like, this scenario is terrible. Good. Very good. Did I not get all of that one because I didn't fill the meter? The meter wasn't even filling up to begin with. It was only going up to the first half. I'm guessing that's because that move in general is maybe just a lower damage move. Oh, man. Good. So, you know, it becomes a game about ranges, and all the ranges feel bad. Ultimately, is the problem here. You know, like in the neutral, I guess. You know, where you're trying to figure out how to land enough strikes to get a guy to fall to his knees so you can do something, anything. Oh, God. Fuck this.
1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Michael P.S. Hayes' favorite catchphrase. Yeah. So what would maybe be the most devastating moves here? I mean, it's going to be a pile driver, probably like a brain buster. Like, it doesn't feel like you're, you're going to choose a lesser move that's going to have a higher priority. Like, that just doesn't seem like a factor because you're applying these after the enemy's already stunned. And so it becomes a matter of, like, I don't know. Does one move do more damage than another? I mean, obviously a Boston Crab is a submission.
Fight.
Not a lot of on-the-ground moves at your disposal here. In terms, most games would let you try and land a kick or something. But the range and the vertical, the how lined up you have to be to land a strike also is no good. Ugh. And it seems like it saves up the number of strikes you've taken since the last time you were stunned. So you end up in those situations there where, like, he'll stand up and hit you once, immediately stunning you, and then you're going for a ride. And that's just... There we go. Not really what I wanted to do there, but okay. The flashing is a little much. Michael P.S. Hayes' finisher, not very well protected, I guess. Ugh. So the finish is supposed to be you hitting A and B at the same time, but every time I try to do it, it just throws him into the ropes, which is the other thing that those two buttons do. Let's try picking someone else.
World Championship Wrestling!
Damn it, Hayes.
Fight!
I like the diagonal. I like the multiple views around the ring. That's kind of cool. Apparently I can't get in the ring from a diagonal, though. Apparently you can't get back in the ring from the diagonal view. Oh, I like that he falls and dies. Great. Great. Fucking who cares? Sure.
Fight!
Yeah, just and I think a lot of wrestling games suffer from similar, just like the state of your wrestler at a given time. What is he capable of? How close is he to getting stunned? Like, there's just a lot of stuff that I think wrestling games have never been great at. Cool. One punch stun and now we're down. Great. Yeah, I'm having a great time. What a cool fucking game. Yuck. Fuck you. Fuck this, dude. Holy shit. Good. Trying to pick him up. I do like that this game seems to like put some amount of emphasis onto a finishing maneuver, right? I mean, I think a lot of games of this era and generations later don't do that, you know? They're bad at that aspect of the game. So, like, that's kind of cool. Even if they're the wrong moves for most of the guys, like...
Fight!
Also, I'll say the timing on this, like, this is, like, for the first match, brutal. Like, the AI is right there in the exact right range with these strikes almost every time. And holy shit, it's a massive bummer. Like, that's just something where they could just be like a little bit friendlier to new players. I mean, they have a progression of multiple matches. You know, you would want it to go up in skill over time. Miserable video game, dude.
1, 2. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Let's try a tag team match. Yeah. Good voice samples.
Championship Wrestling.
Ah, yes, Sting and Kevin Sullivan teaming up.
Fight!
What? This fucking ninja jumped in the ring, saved Kevin Sullivan. The fuck was that shit? Oh, weird. I'm finding that the commands for lifting an enemy up from the ground are, like, it's really inconsistent. I feel like I've been able to do it like once, twice. Oh, shit. Sting, no. Kevin Sullivan's devilry has made Sting into a rule breaker. We're going to both get counted out doing this. That's right. Suck it, Sting. All right, here we are looking at the points total for the first Tag Team Continental Classic.
Fight.
Man. That's what I was pushing. This is bullshit. Yeah, it's you feel there are too many situations where you feel like you just don't have like a great level of control. And having the CPU be very good at timing that shit right out of the gate is it's like just not fun. It's not a fun way to do this. Luger looks bad. That's not a good... Just gonna stand there and think about it. I do like the ninjas in the tag matches. Get him. Just be right there. Just reach in and hit him. fucking shitting me? Get up. Very annoying that he's the one in the hold and he's getting up first. Yeah, feels bad. Like there's aspects of this that like look okay in terms of just the animations on some of the moves. I think are great. And I like that. You didn't see a lot of diagonal wrestling rings back in these days. And so that's kind of cool. Yeah, back in the like people are like, oh, well, Fire Pro, like, dude, this is act like fucking everyone was playing Fire Pro in 1989. No. Rope. More games need a guy yelling rope. I don't even mean wrestling games. Rope. I think there's aspects of the player, of the art that I think look decent for what this is, in terms of representing their, real life counterparts. And so like, that's kind of cool. Oh, does this just keep going? Cause I am fucking done. But this doesn't play well. This doesn't play well at all. This is not like fun to engage with. But I think you could make like if we were just ranking wrestling games, I think you would take a generation of wrestling games and just say the same thing about it, because I think the overwhelming majority of 8-bit wrestling games are fucking terrible. I might also say that they did not get any better. It's rare that a wrestling game got any better. Oops. I don't know why that didn't. let me have the meter go up there. Just did it at the least possible power, but okay. Damn it, Rotunda. What are we doing? There, okay. Took like 1,000 kicks to finally stun Rotunda. Ah. Got the pick the guy up command to work a second time. Look at that, we're on a roll. Ugh. Great. Yeah, the striking in this game is just fucking miserable, dude. Oh, look at that. Look at that high knee. Yeah, I don't know. Like there are like little bits and pieces of this that kind of make it a bummer that it's as bad as it is. Like the art itself is not miserable, you know, like I like the idea of charging that up, standing there and waiting. Ugh. But it feels really shitty. It feels terrible. Like the way it handles moves with this charging meter, it just doesn't feel good. You know, you're kind of going from like, okay, start the animation, and now the meter's going to start, and now we hit the button to stop it, and like there's just aspects of that are really clunky. And that's no good. Yeah, take that. And just these situations where you're just getting like one punch stunned, you know, kind of late in the match. It's just like, man, I don't... Fuck. And this stuff obviously leaves a little bit to be desired. This game's no good. I want to see one more finisher out of somebody who isn't Michael Hayes. Why is he just backing away like that? What are we doing? Very respectful. Won't let me tag. Don't know why. Guy showed up, hit the button. Just tag this didn't happen for whatever reason. Cool.
1, 2.
You're right there. Break up the pin. You're right there, ghost partner. Is the tag matches make a lot of this stuff even more miserable, too. Because they just drag out even further. Full power. Is there a... Can you... Will you submit? Ah, gaming.
1, 2.
Fuck this, dude. That's not... I thought for sure he would do his finish there. Because what, you know, that would be a good time to do it. Oh well. Yeah. This game's fucking garbage. But where does fucking garbage go on our list? There are little bits and pieces of it that are like clever or interesting, I guess, if like an interesting way to handle limitations, right? Like they didn't want to draw the other characters on screen in the tag matches, so they just have generic ninja guy jump in instead, and that's real weird, but like funny, you know? Like it's a terrible. It's terrible that they couldn't do it right, but I guess, you know, with the limitations on display, or rather, they're doing a good job of working within their limitations, I suppose. But it plays terribly. Like everything about the range on those attacks feels awful. Everything about striking, everything about kind of the neutral game is it feels it feels bad. Even when you start to kind of dial it in a little bit and we're like, okay, if I hit this range and time this just so, then I can kind of stun lock him the same way he stun locks me. But it's like the CPU is just playing with the like a higher level of that bullshit than you're likely to have coming to it for the first time in a long time. And so like that's just frustrating. It's just not fun to play. The way they handle their moves and specials, like picking a selection of 4 moves from a list and assigning them to directions, I think is fine. You kind of have like a standard array of moves on your B button, and then A button, and the directions do the ones that you chose. And then you can, you know, hit your finish under the right circumstances, in theory. I like the different angles that they show of the ring. Some of these diagonal spots when you get up on a turnbuckle or when you get out of the ring, I think that's kind of cool. But everything about playing this game sucks. It's like there's little bits and pieces of presentational things here that are interesting and like well done for the era, you know, and you know, decent voice samples and whatever, but an absolutely miserable game to play with a controller in your hand. Like, you don't want to touch it. Don't touch this game. It's not worth it. Where's it go on the list? I don't know. That's a tough one. It's I mean, it's no Urban Champion. It's not as good as Legendary Wings. It's certainly no Shadow of the Ninja. Not nearly as engaging as Faria, A World of Mystery and Danger. It's no Play Action Football, though that also has a nice diagonal shot of the action. It's not as good as Dino Wars Destruction of Spondylus. You'd be better off with a copy of Spiritual Warfare. Ninja Kid's a better game. Puss in Boots: Perro's Great Adventure is a superior product. It's no Ikari Warriors 2 Victory Road, even if it does have cleaner voice samples. Yeah, okay. What are we looking at here? Is it better or worse than Gilligan's Island? It's better than Gilligan's Island. Is it better than Roller Games? I mean, Roller Games is not a good game. Roller Games is similar, I would say, in that like there are parts of Roller Games that you sort of want to like. You know, there's little bits and pieces of, you know, whether I think the graphics in that game are okay, and you know, the music is fine, and there's like little bits and pieces of Roller Games that like are decent, and then a lot of the level design really lets it down. Yeah, certainly better striking in roller games, that's for sure. But it's better than roller games overall. It's better than Wild Gunman. It's better than Defenders of Dynatron City. But that's it. It's not better than the Bugs Bunny Birthday Blowout. It's our new number 347. 347. What is the full? It's WCW World Championship Wrestling is the full name of the game. That's an unpleasant game to play. That's a game that, the science is kinder to it than I would be. That's for sure. And there you have it. World Championship Wrestling. Better than WrestleMania. Better than WrestleMania Challenge. Yeah, that holds up. It's better than those games. Those games are like, in some ways, those games are maybe like a little bit more playable at a surface level, but all it has is that surface level. And so, you got to at least say that, the WCW game is going for something. There's a little bit more ambition there to try to make something that resembles actual wrestling. Though I suppose maybe you could say that about WCW and WWF in that era in a general sense. What's next on the list? Mecha Skeletor. Wanted to see this one. This was, I believe, on last week's list. And this game is called Cobra Command. This is weird because Cobra Command is like a Laserdisc game. But this is a different game entirely. Stephen Power, rank General. General Power. Branch Army mission. Save the hostages. Destroy enemy strongholds. Stage 1, Sumatra. There are 20 hostages in Sumatra. Save them all. Through the jungles and marshes, enemy fortresses are hidden underground. Secure the fortresses to refuel and collect weapons. Okay, so the start button turns me around here. Rope. Good, more rope games. No messages. Okay. Rope. I don't know that I've ever played this game. I was aware that this game existed. Oh my god. Dude, come on. So, you know, when you move forward, your aim pitches down. When you go backwards, it pitches up. When you level out, you shoot straight. Oh, okay. No? Is that just a... They failed like a lot of the basic lessons that Choplifter actually taught us about having a helicopter that turns, you know, that can face either direction in terms of the way the scroll works. You see the screen kind of shaking a little bit as I'm hitting this. So I'm guessing I need to keep doing this. Fuck this, dude. Do I take this helicopter underground? Oh, I do. Okay, that's not something that's gonna fire at me, so... Well, wait, what... Oh, okay. Weird. This is a weird game. Fuck me. Are you... The helicopter gets like, see, it's like there's moments where it's moving incredibly sluggishly and then moments where it's moving at an insane speed. Like it feels very squirrely. And so what I was saying about Choplifter is Choplifter did a thing where when you would change direction, you would immediately scroll, like the screen would scroll the other way. Is this a thing I need to blow up? No. And so just in terms of just like how this game's... Jeez. And then you get down here and it's like, by the way, here's like 3 things shooting at you all at the same time. Ah! Can I land here? Someone was saying I could... Oh, there's more dudes. Okay. It's just a very awkward feeling game. Not necessarily bad. Alright, well, we landed. I can still shoot. So did landing do anything for me here? Okay, I don't know. Let's go, I guess. The scroll is insane. Didn't they say I could, like, refuel down here? Is this a... Ah. turbo engines and dual guns. Do I have to... All right. Turbo engine. That just makes it even squirrelier. This is also a very weird menu. This is a very weird, like... The information this game is presenting you is not like crazy, like, oh, no other game is done, you know. But like, for some reason, the way it presents it to you in these menus is like kind of ridiculous. Also, a lot of the scrolling and a lot of the movement and So did all those hostages die? What is it like? Is it a shoplifter situation? No. They're fine. I just the combat in this doesn't feel good. Like that's the problem ultimately. Like the control you have over your helicopter impacts every aspect of the game, right? Including you just aiming at targets. And this is something that Choplifter again did really well because you know the helicopter for what it was like very nimble. Without you ever feeling out of control. And I think because of the way this game handles scrolling and all of that, like it ends up just feeling very awkward. Where are those missiles going? Oh. Up my ass, turns out, is where those missiles are going. Oh, God! I was trying to... Good. Great. Oh, man. I like the idea of this game. Oh no, but I hate so much of the execution of this game. Ah. Even just lining up these stupid missiles. Even just lining up these stupid shots because they're just okay. I'm like barely tapping the controls here to try to line up. Fuck you. Ah! Okay. All right, that truck's like, gotta go. Just let me turn on the dual guns here, like when you give them to me. Like it's you don't. Rope. Fuck. So it's like if you want to like play super dangerously, you can go backwards and scroll on that part of the screen and really. Well, we're here to get the hostages, and there were more hostages in this hole than we picked up, so. We will get 3 hostages, and then there will be a tank. And then we will get 3 more hostages. Ah, No, doesn't. You can't just put out the fires after a landing. Maybe landing on this thing will put out the fire. My helicopter's on fire. That seems bad. This truck is back. Nope. Just got to deal with this now. My helicopter's slowly sinking out of the sky on account of fire. Which I get it. Cool. Cool. this time it will be different. You'll see. You'll all see. Okay. Now we've got dual guns. Get on the rope! Ah! Okay. Turn that. You piece of shit. Whatever, we got the hostages, we're going. Like, you don't really have anything to deal... Like, I don't have anything I can use to deal with this guy. Because of where he's positioned. I can't... My weapons don't aim at that angle. And he has killed me. Which again, you know, this is something that Choplifter actually was very smart in the way that it solved this by having a third position of you aiming straight down. And the ground enemies, basically you fought them on a different plane than everything else, and so you had to be in that mode to drop bombs on them, and that was maybe a little awkward at times. But a much more elegant solution than, now you're just fucked, bro. So it's weird to think about this game, you know, this is not entirely dissimilar to that game, but worse in so many ways. Haha. Scrolling sucks in this game, so you got hit by the missile anyway. Fuck this. Holy shit. The idea that you move faster while flying backwards and that's a way to get out. That thing was not officially on screen yet, so I couldn't even shoot it. Oh, we got more underground, huh? Cool. 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 Fuck Sumatra. All my homies hate Sumatra. Okay, so that's background. My shots are going through it, so okay. All right, cool. I'll see you later, I guess. Is that... Unless hostages are going to magically come out of this zone. Ah, we can go further down. Great. Twin missiles. This changes everything. Let me out of this menu. I can shoot 2 now. That's twin missiles. Ah! Okay. All right. I'm guessing 3. Yeah, same deal. Get on the fucking rope. It's a game of angles, and you are not equipped with the weapons that fire at the appropriate angles. Is there more here? There are. Is that the end of the level? I don't have to... Okay, great. Okay. Merciful of them. Java. Are we just blowing up coffee? In these badlands are many strange ruins. Destroy the enemy fortress. Be cautious of the tanks, as they are difficult to destroy. Am I back to dual? Okay, we're still on twin missiles. Couldn't give me some different music for this level, huh? Ah! Quick, get into this burning chopper. Hostage is just like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna hang out here in Java. One more try here. We'll look at a little bit more of stage 2, just to get a feel for it, if nothing else, but... Oh, did I lose my... No, it just doesn't. It just doesn't think to equip them. I could have done with a meter on screen or something showing how close you are to having a burning helicopter. That might have been a nice thing they could have done. Oh, Jesus. Whoa, that tank is like scurrying away. It's like they wanted to make a platformer, but thought helicopters were cool, and they're right. All right, let's keep going. I was gonna say, this looks like something I could land on. Super engines, firebomb. I imagine that super engines are going to be even more squirrely and terrible than turbo was. So, okay, so a weapon that actually fires at a different angle than your guns is welcome, especially in some of these tighter, more confined areas. Like, that's actually kind of a game changer. As dumb as it seems. It addresses, like, my main problem with the combat so far. It's just very dumb that you don't get it until later. Yeah, I mean, I'm just a killing machine now. Oh, God. Okay. Okay, good to see you, I guess. It didn't seem like it was shaking, like I could shoot a hole in it and go underground or anything, so I guess we'll just keep going. This is such a weird thing, man. I just, it's so, the movement is so bad. All right. I don't know. Weird structure rose up out of the ground. Looks alien in nature, but I don't know. We're just gonna keep going. I'll talk about that in interviews. 30 years from now. It's like I saw the alien structures on the surface of Java. I'll do all the podcasts. Finally, a truth teller about UAPs, they'll say. Helicopter. It's on fire again. The color palette here, those things really blend into the background here. I don't know if that's a color blindness thing or what, but man, some of the ground-based enemies here are trouble. Caught that missile. It'll be fine. No, we're going down. I wanted to at least crash on that dude. Okay. Like the tanks are fine. Those are totally easy to see. That's not a problem. It's these other littler things. Die. This thing. That thing is the same color as the hill behind it, as far as I'm concerned. And we're going down. All right, Cobra Command. There's some merit to this, for sure. But that's a game of ideas, I think. It seems like you've got a lot of different upgrades that you're getting along the way, and that's kind of fun. Like getting a weapon that actually makes the combat feel less bad is almost unfortunate, because you see it and go like, oh yeah, this is if they had balanced some of these missiles, or just changed some of it. Basically, if they had just, even if the weapons were exactly as they are, if the helicopter moved better, that would be a really cool game. But the chopper is so jittery, and like you'll just tap the button and it'll move way further than you feel like it should. And so even lining up with the ground to try to shoot missiles straight across the ground, or just lining up at targets, even when you're not being shot at, you have all the time in the world to do it. Like that feels terrible. The way the game handles scrolling is like broken. There's just aspects about the movement in this game that really, really, really hold it back. And so it doesn't feel fun. Like, the combat itself, even as you upgrade, you don't really feel the benefit of it the way you want, because the helicopter itself just still feels all shitty. And that's its biggest problem. Like but it is a very big problem. Ultimately, like that really drags this game down kind of a lot, I mean, it's better than WCW World Championship Wrestling. It's better than Freedom Force. But this is looking. It's looking like this kind of territory. It's not as good as Big Nose the Caveman. That's a sentence I never thought I'd say. It is better than Magic Johnson's Fast Break. It's better than Stanley, The Search for Dr. Livingston. It's not as good as Home Alone. It's our new number 327. Which is better than I thought it would do based on the first chunk of time with it, that's for sure. It's unfortunate. Cobra Command is ultimately a tragedy. Because the idea of like a helicopter that is set in like a platformer like world or levels or whatever, like the idea that you're going underground, coming back up, like, you know, the range of movement you have in that game is like, or the things you do in that game, I guess I should say, is actually kind of cool because it does more with that than a lot of other games do. But the sheer act of moving the helicopter around is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. So in a game where the main thing you're doing is flying around and moving and trying to avoid shots or line up shots or whatever, having that feel so bad really holds that game back quite a lot. And so we have Cobra Command. At least it's not Stanley, The Search for Dr. Livingston. Ugh. Okay, what do we got next here? Shiny wanted to see this one. This, if I remember right, this is just some straightforward type stuff here. From your friends at SNK. Alpha Mission. Did that say shield with 2 E's? We're going to get some F's. We're going to get some S's, some L's. All right, I'm looking forward to it. Let's get one more look at that screen of power-ups or whatever there. Thunder, fire, homing, nuclear, cannon. Okay. We got 3 SIDS. It's more than I'll need. So kind of a Xevious. In that we have a air-to-air attack and an air-to-ground attack. Audio-wise, this game is really all over the place. Oh. Did the R rewind us? Is that what happened there? Yeah, I think it did. Interesting. That's good, though. We need to get more E. Ah! Blown up looking at a K. Oh, the default movement speed is so bad. I believe picking up the M&M logo takes away from your E count, if I remember correctly. Ugh! What a cacophonous fucking mess of a video game. I kind of appreciate how fucking terrible the sound is. It's also quite a bit of slowdown here on top of everything else. Oh, just the constantly flickering score. Ah. Would benefit from any kind of like, hey, here's an explosion noise to, you know, let you know you're hitting that boss. Also, did losing there just rewind me all the way back to the very beginning of the level? Is that We're not gonna start there, huh? We're just gonna roll all the way back here, huh? Cool. Cool. What a very annoying thing to fight on top of everything else. Like a really frustrating battle to have on top of, you know, everything else. It's just it's like really fuck this game, dude. Oh man. Oh. You need a good galloping, you know, you're scrolling, you're shooting, you need a... It just gets better the longer you listen to it. Okay, let's try to get, let's try cannon here. This is a way better noise. Sounds like demon attack for the 2600. Maybe I shouldn't have chosen a bigger ship. Oops. Oh no. Let's get more backwards K. Let's really fuck things up. Oh, we are in a K-hole for real, pal. This default movement speed should be against the law. Like, people should have found the people who made this and put them into a jail for it. Okay. See, did I pick up any? Okay. Maybe we should try fire ship. Oh, no. We have made a tactical error. Okay, it eats bullets, so that's something. Okay. All right. Oh, the C was not good. We already knew the backwards K was good, but I figured a C would be all right. Oh, I'm so sleepy. Can't move. I'm afraid of that C. I'll hook up this F. What is that? I don't know. Well, let's get it. I'll take all the K you got. Give me all the K and the E you got. It's like I'm the worst horse that has ever ridden or rode. The Paralyzer. If only I had some sort of armored scrum object, you know? Then maybe. Then maybe we would have something of value, but, you know. This and the Tecmo game, the Tecmo shooter that is also incredibly basic. This is, like, worse than that, I think. But I feel like Star Force, right? Star Force is like, where is Star Force on our list? Let's find it. Star Force is up here at number 66. Star Force is a very like basic video game, but like in a positive way. You know, it's a very straightforward game from a very straightforward era. And it works really well. This is in a lot of ways the opposite of that. Alpha Mission feels like the like dark universe version of Star Force. Like, it's a very straightforward Xevious style game with your your air to air, your air to ground. Way worse music than Xevious ever had. In fact, that's probably because Xevious did exist on the NES for some disgusting reason. I love Xevious. It just didn't need to be on the Famicom. I guess as a Famicom release years earlier, that would have made more sense. Xevious being on the NES later. is a weird one. But this is worse than that. Alpha Mission is worse than Jaws. It's worse than Pinball. Doesn't even have a slot machine in it. It's no Tecmo Baseball. It's certainly no Fantasy Zone. Though that is not a great version of that game. Mag Max is a better game, for sure. Parts of Alpha Mission reminded me of an unlicensed game. Like, it had that level of quality to it where it was just like, ugh, man, this thing is fucked in like 5 different ways. It's no Toki. I certainly would not go ape spit in Alpha Mission, that's for sure. Castellion's a better game. Roller Games is a better game, but like it's right in here. It's not aggressively evil. It's not, like it's better than this fucked up version of Tubin. But it's no Dig Dug 2. Like, it's better than Target Renegade. It's better than that funky version of Rampage. It's better than Vegas Dream. It's not as good as the Cryon Conquest. It's our new number 362. All right. Alpha Mission. Oof. That was an interesting, Alpha Mission was an interesting one to just look at. I remember that game exists. I would often confuse it with Star Force, which is very unfair to Star Force now that we've kind of scienced them. But again, they are, it's like the early days NES, like scrolling shooter stuff. It's just weird, it was just like, here are these very flat shooters that like you in your head you maybe imagine that there must be more to it than you're seeing, and it just kind of isn't. It just kind of isn't. And there you have it, our new number 362, Alpha Mission. All right. Ugly Lawn wanted to see this next one. It's from everyone's favorite developer on the platform. And so I am bracing for impact here. This is a game called Heavy Shreddin. From your friends at Imagineering. Decent little title screen music. Cozier Peak, Scary Summit, Mount Mortified. Do I have any say here, or is this just we're just what we're doing? Okay, I don't know. So if I push to the right, it seems like that is your, like, go faster. The perspective on this is very awkward. Like trying to figure, okay, and then it just magically leveled out and suddenly the perspective changed and now I'm extra screwed because there's a tree right there. Like the difference between oh, now I'm downhill and now I'm not, like there's like, or now I'm not as downhill. Like some of that stuff feels like the transition on that stuff feels very, very bad. And I can jump, and that seems like that's about it. I can crouch. Oh, I didn't make it to the finish line. What? Fucking what? Like, I didn't hit any obstacles. I made it... Maybe I need to crouch to go faster? Oh, the penalty. Okay, so if I wreck, like my time is still shitty. Like it, right? No. Okay, I guess I made it. Is that because maybe I didn't get any penalties before or something? Was that gates required? Got these dickheads too. Okay, so that's the difference, is when I am pushed forward, I can only kind of steer in broad strokes. If I am pushed back, like, meaning this is pushed forward, this is pushed back. When I'm pushed back, I have much more steering control. This feels fucking terrible. Also, when I'm going downhill, it automatically puts me into, like, you know, speed mode with worse steering. Ah, finally some backwoods. Now I just gotta survive. Wow. perspective is so fucking weird too that it's just like hard to get a read on what? See, like that one looked like I went through one of those gates. Okay. Survival required. That's just how I live my life, man. Unmarked trails. Okay. Tuck, it says up there. Did I need to hit the B button? Oh, they misspelled truck? Okay, yeah, well, alright, yeah. This time it'll be different. You'll see. You'll all see. Here we go. I assume to hit that jump, I need to hit the B button and like crouch, like tuck, right? I mean, it did say tuck in the corner of the screen, but the corner of the screen thing when you lose doesn't always seem like it's giving you advice as to what you need. See, there it says turn. Which I guess, hey, I didn't turn enough, right? I mean, No, no, no. I want to go back to bed. Very realistic, you know, strapping your boots in like this, you know, into the stirrups or whatever. Okay. Like, they could have just used some more, I don't know, like, the snow could look a little more distinctive or easier to make out. Some of the transitions and stuff, like, there's just... Really, like, the only way to get any real movement is to aim straight up or down. Fuck off. God. Some noises might have also been nice here. Some, you know, some kind of something. You get little bits, but not nearly enough. Just trying to turn my way around that fucking thing, but of course I fucking hit it. Of course. Of course I fucking hit it. Oh, God. I don't. All right, we're gonna try. What happens if I hit jump while I'm tucked? Is that a thing? You know, is that a... No, you cannot jump while tucked. So it's not... I thought maybe it was like, oh, it wants me to tuck and then hit jump. Is that maybe just snow in the way and I'm supposed to jump over the truck? Like, I don't think so. Like, that looks like something, like a jump I'm supposed to hit, right? And fly over the road with the truck. Right? What? Are you kidding me, man? All right. Limited time. You know, like, am I turning too much and losing too much speed? And this very first level of this shit game, the timing is so tight that if you turn too much, you're just fucked? Is that... All right. Okay. The thing to remember about the slalom section of the game is that unlike the downhill section of the game, your speed doesn't not matter at all. It does not matter. Get out of my way! And so we can just do this. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is lining up that angle appropriately, because if you turn too little or too much, you don't get the movement you need to make it into these gates. Can I jump and tuck in the air? Is it maybe an A-B thing? We're going to try and bypass whatever that piece of snow is. That sure looks like a jump, man. Yeah, you just hit the truck. So you have... That has to be a ramp. That has to be a ramp. That has to be a ramp. All right. This has to be a ramp. Motherfucker. What the fuck did I... Listen to these fucking drums. I've been pushing right this entire time, by the way. Sure. Like, I've been pushing right on that ramp every single time. Why did it work that time? I don't know. Probably because I didn't hit B. I don't... Is that a clothesline? I guess I have to duck under that, huh? That's heavy shredding. Imagineering, they're criminals and they should be apprehended. I don't know what the statute of limitations on this sort of stuff is. I think the thing about heavy shredding is if they had added more detail to the ground. If they had added more detail to the snow. To give you a little bit more to look at when you're like lining up a jump, or you're like, okay, I need to get by this tree. I need to do, that would have like just a little bit more on-screen, things to measure your movement by. That would have been a huge, I suspect that would have been a really big help in terms of just like trying to line yourself up, because the game tries to, like it as you are going straight and then as you're going down a slope and as you're straightening out, the perspective and how you need to dodge trees and other things in the environment changes. Understandably so, right? I mean, naturally. But if they had given you just a little bit more to look at in the snow, so you could judge like, oh, okay, I need to, I'm not moving there fast enough. I'm not moving here. Like I'm needing to line this up a little better. Something, especially on multiple attempts, where you could look at and go like, okay, I need to be near this little piece of blue, whatever, in the snow in order to line up this jump, or, like just little bits and pieces like that. Would be a dramatic change in that I think would benefit the game. That I think would be like a massive benefit to the game. Because that perspective and trying to figure out, like, am I getting around this tree, yes or no? Like, that is the game's biggest issue. And so anything that would help mitigate that, I think would pay off like fivefold on the other end. And so the idea that the vast majority of the snow is just this featureless white, is really crazy to me. This is not an Atari 2600 game. I know that that's the a lot of the people that founded this company, that's where they came from, and you see that heritage in way. And I like a lot of Atari 2600 games, some of made by some of these very fine folks. But they were so unable to translate that skill set forward another generation. And it's crazy to see. It's crazy to see like the Imagineering's catalog is full of attempts like where they were like, oh, finally we can make the more complicated games we've always dreamed of, and then not pulling that off. Whether it's, just a certain type of skill on their end, or just that their skill set didn't translate, or they just didn't dream in the right ways. They didn't dream big enough in the like visuals, or like, hey, we can do this. We can, like ways to kind of make those games feel a little bit bigger or friendlier in some cases. There's like a very interesting like case study or something that you could do on this run of games that Imagineering developed, because they were making 7800 games through some of these years as well. And that stuff's fine because the 7800 is, the same, it's cut from the same cloth as the 2600 in a lot of ways. But man, you think about the competition and the types of games that were coming out on this platform, and you compare the average game from Imagineering to it, it's a really fascinating, like, yeah, you just look at it and go like, man, this is so not, and it's not bad in the ways that games, like, there are a billion games out of Japan that are terrible on this platform. This is bad in an entirely different way. It's an entirely different path to making games, and so the things it gets wrong or the things it doesn't go far enough in are totally different than when we think about like people like to shit on 1942 or Akari Warriors or some of some of those ports and the way that those games came out on the NES. It's this is like an entirely different brand of bad. And that, I think, is incredibly fascinating. That's a really interesting thing that I'm discovering going through these games. But holy shit, man, fuck Heavy Shreddin about as much as you could say fuck a thing. I mean, it's not like aggressively broken. Like, it is not Robo Demon's level of bad, you know? But it's a game. I almost said, hey, with 6 more months, maybe that game would, you know, like in the kind of modern parlance of like, oh, if they had a little more time. Like, yeah, but I don't know that this game would necessarily benefit from more time. It just needed someone else to come in and go, hey, I got a fresh set of eyes on this. You need to do these 3 things. Like, relatively minor visual tweaks in the grand scheme of things would completely change this game. I'm convinced of it. And that's not to say it would make it an amazing video game, whatever. But like, it's not, you know, no. But like, oh, where does this game go on the list? It's better than Knight Rider. It's better than Bart versus the Space Mutants, I think. Is this the best Imagineering game? Probably no. The answer is no. It's not. But at least it doesn't fucking lay this fucking horse shit that this Bart versus the Space Mutants does. It's better than Wally Bear and the No Gang, though. Like, weirdly similar. Is it better or worse than The Adventures of Bayou Billy? It's no Bayou Billy, but it's like Bayou Billy is a different brand of bad as well. This is better than Wally Bear and the No Gang, and it's better than Sesame Street ABC, but it's no Bayou Billy. It's our new number 395. Man, I'm like mad about Heavy Shreddin because and I don't, like, look, I don't fucking make games. I don't pretend to have the answers. Like, oh, if they had done this, then, but like, this is a case where I look at it and go, like, if this had just had like these 2 changes to it, it would be a much more playable game. Would that matter in the grand scheme of things? Would it make it like, oh, it's now it's amazing? No, but you would not get jammed up on some of the bullshit parts that this game sticks you with. Oh man. Let's see if we can look at one more here. If we run out of time, we'll play it a little bit here and then maybe start with it next week. But let's see if we can fit one more in here before I gotta go. This seems like it would be a short one, but let's find out. It's a little something from Mindscape and Bitmasters. A Bitmasters game. Man, this is already way more production than I would have expected. For Championship Pool. 93, after Mindscape was acquired by Software Toolworks, Marin County's finest. That snare just seems a little late. Help. What is happening? Why is this music so... It's like 3 different songs being played at the same time. Welcome to the BCI Regional Qualifying Tournament. The winner goes on to compete in the World Championship. There are 32 contestants in this single elimination. Let's go heads. It was heads. I get to break. Auto break. Okay, I guess, yeah, okay. Am I solids or stripes? We're playing 8-ball, right? I mean, I guess I'm solids because I hit a ball in and it didn't take it away from me. Could we? Okay. B button lets us fast scroll around the table a little bit. Oh, we put a little English on it, huh? No, that's not at all what. Okay. What? Did we change channels there? What? Why are there so many broken noises in the background? Brr, brr. It's, you know, a lot of games on this platform had trouble rendering pool physics, and this is doing it pretty quickly and gives you that shot preview and stuff, and that's kind of cool. John Doyle, your opponent sank some balls, then missed. Now it's your turn. You couldn't stand in the center for the photo, huh, John? I do like that it bypasses a lot of the AI pool. It just says, yeah, just take your shots, man. Who cares? I wonder if you can turn that off if you, Also, I don't seem to be able to set shot strength. Maybe that was that other B button. Yeah, so here's our shot strength, I guess, right? Those pictures are the same. What are you trying to show me here? Oh, okay, there's a bigger explosion. This music is so much, man. Not having the time, you know, like, yeah, time the power for your shots or anything. Like, it's very, it's alarmingly straightforward. I kind of appreciate it. Like, it's just like, fuck it, dude. We've all played a lot of billiards games, and we know that a lot of them just take forever. So, here, we made one that all of the bullshit is off. So that'll just go, you're saying? You lied to me. The video game lied to me. Your opponent... It just cuts to a screen that says, yeah, that dude beat you. You lost. Yeah, this guy, smiling man, John over here, whooped that ass. Sad. Now we're back to sad John. Oh, my stripes? Is that why it's giving me a weird noise? A ridiculous noise? Oh, it's okay. This ball's in the way. That's why. Ah, heartbreak. What's John gonna do? Sad John. So it's like it's automatically even kind of calling pockets a little bit, which is weird. Fuck it. I just want to see that happen. Okay. Damn it, John. Race to, oh, we have to play to 4, huh? Okay. Show numbers. Oh, yeah, look at this. Why aren't we playing like this? Actions. You call safety. You know, hey, this is relatively full-featured replays and, like, you know. No! Because you sank the cue ball. Alright, stripes, baby. Nice and easy. Lining up shots in this game, very easy with the way that they... this is not... Hey, for the platform, when you think about stuff, some of the other billiards games here... I gotta say, this is pleasant. Instant feedback as you change your aim as to what's gonna happen, which is like pretty wild. It's very hard to kind of tap some of these controls though. Well, if I just fucking, yeah, go. Oh. John! You bastard. Why won't you let me do this? Is it because I have not called a pocket? Is it because there's realistically no, what I would call a safety? A little cumbersome to get into that menu just to say, hey, I don't think I'm going to sink a ball here. John Doyle! I'm gonna remake that Saturn game. It's gonna be about John Doyle this time. Smiling John is always next year. So what do we? I mean, what do we got? Freestyle just had his thing that said no rules. Oh, see, it had to think about it. It had to render, had to pre-render all this hot physics. This is, I'm surprised, man. This is cool. Like, it's very, you know. Look at that. No rules. Pretty extreme. What's his challenge? Just a, okay, so what do we got? We got 14, 8 ball, 9 ball. 8 ball offense, 3 ball, speed pool. I meant to, you get the cue ball in hand behind the head string. So how do I, if I want to move the cue ball, what do I, oh, whatever. I like a nice game of 9 ball. Me and Bobby Brady. Challenge mode. I guess I'm not playing against another person, but can you do a let's see what the options here are, and then we'll get this on the board. So when I do tournament, I can do, okay, you can do manual break if you want that. Okay, and you can do 8 ball or 9 ball for tournament games. So we could this weird steam pipe thing is also weird. Player 2 breaks. Is it John Doyle? It is. And this view, like, again, it's easy to forget all these years later, but like, this is a pretty wild set of options for an 8-bit pool game to have. John, it's just me and the 9 ball now. What are we gonna do about it? I think I can get the angle on this just so. Fuck you, John Doyle. Bite my ass, John Doyle. Burn in hell, John Doyle. So my other question here is, I guess that's probably something, okay, so there's no options, there's no general option screen here. So select just goes between our views here. We can do that. You know, it's like cumbersome, I guess I would say, to do some of these things, some of these additional actions, but you know, on a controller with this few of buttons. For my own sanity, I have to turn that off. So it looks like we just have power here. it just does. It doesn't feel like I have a way to disable some of these things. You know. Is that not the one? Oh. Okay, we got the 3 over there. Oh, but this is all in the way. Okay, so you can call save. All right. All right. Decent number of modes, more than you would expect. Like this is a pretty decent billiards game, I guess. And then yeah, you can, if you want to play against other humans, you can do that. You can play with one controller, which is always nice. Insta win. There we go. I love it. Nice, convenient feature set. Win game button. So I guess the downside of it is like, you know, it didn't seem like there was a good option in there for watching John Doyle play pool. Which I appreciate being able to skip that stuff because it would take a long time and whatever. But at the same time, there's something a little weird about, like, it just blinks out to this other screen and then says, hey, John won the game. While you were fucking around, John won. And I think that's a sort of a strange concept. But like, this is better than Greg Norman's Golf Power. It's one of the better pool games of the era I have seen, I guess I'll say. In terms of like feature set, like it's an impressive feature set. For sure. I mean, it's better than Totally Rad. It's not as good as Rolling Thunder. It's better than Rolling Thunder. It's better than Eliminator Boat Duel. It's better than MiG-29 Soviet Fighter. I suppose it is better than Pinball. The thing with Lunar Pool is like, Lunar Pool is not maybe is it better or worse than Lunar Pool is actually the question, because like Lunar Pool has all kinds of weird fantasy tables and you can set the friction to 0. It's like, it's not meant to be a realistic game. You know, it is a fantasy set on the moon. But this is a better game. This is a better game than that. I think Lunar Pool has some really cool puzzles that you solve in it, sort of. But it's better than Lunar Pool. It's not as good as Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. It's kind of in this weird zone. It's not as good as Spy versus Spy. It's better than Kid Nicky, Radical Ninja. It's better than Donkey Kong. It's better than Soccer. You know what? Yeah, it's our new number 174. That's impressive. That's a neat, I mean, it came pretty late in the life cycle, so, it didn't have to be in order to just compete, right? But like a very fascinating set of options for sure. And there you have it. Number 174. Congratulations to Championship Pool. For me, surprising. Like, just again, a hot 8-bit pool game with like some really stunning options for the era. Absolutely. And that's going to do it for us here this week. Of course, suggest some games. Head over to patreon.com/Jeff Gerstmann or dopeassvideogames.com to get there and get some more details on how you can contribute to building the list. We have a couple of games left over. Bases Loaded 2 second season and Darkwing Duck that we will put on the list for next week and see if we get to that stuff then. And in the meantime, I will see you next week. Have a great weekend and goodbye.